Right, we all ready to go, all fit and well, no injuries, no illness, nothing we need to worry about. Okay, so setting ourselves up, standing tall, drawing that tummy in, shoulders back, arms down at your sides and feet nicely under your hips. And just let that weight gently rock forward, still you have to press your big toe down. And back till just before you think you're going to fall. If you are, take that little step. That's it. Just waking up those senses, setting that body up, ready to move. That's good. Just a few times. Just wakes us up, gets us ready. That's good. Good. One more. Find that spot where you feel nicely balanced, you're not falling forwards or back, and hands onto hips, or one hand just under the belly button, one in the small of the back. Going to tilt the pelvis under, and then back, tilt under. So it's just a little tilt, so we're not wiggling the bum, we're just rotating that pelvis, loosening up the lower back, finding a neutral spine. That's it. That's good. A few times, just setting ourselves up in position, ready to move, finding that neutral posture. That's it. One more. And then find that spot. We're nicely balanced and set. We're as tall as we can be. We're getting those feet moving now. So you're going to press through the ball of your foot down into the ground. Letting the arms naturally swing in that walking movement. So opposite arm to leg, just as you do when you walk, and you're now thinking about it and you can't do it. That's it. That's it. And we gradually let the arm movement increase. So just bringing it up, one's going further back, or one's coming higher at the front. That's it. So getting those hands nice and high now. Just bringing them up. Take a little higher still. Until we're going all the way up. Still pushing that foot into the ground. That's it. A few more times. Really stretch through that chest and shoulders. Good. One more each way. And bring that back down. So we're still stood nice and tall. Just ready to raise those arms up. Open out, down, and back. That's it. So open, in, and down. Nice deep breath as you open. Blow it out as you come down. That's good. Just keeping that going. Real nice stretch and open out the chest and blow it all out as we come back down. Good, couple more. We're just going to extend the movement slightly. So this time, as open, keep one arm out to the side, reach over the top, back and down. Up, open, over the other side. Get a lovely stretch down your side. And back. Good, couple more. We'll take one more to each side. Last one. And down. Excellent. So still standing nice and tall, with those feet still under our hips. Just bring the arms up, take them slightly bent, keeping your head and hips forwards. Just going to rotate that upper back. So it wants to be nice, smooth movement. Try not to make it jerky, try not to bounce at the end. Nice and gentle. Good. And now we're going to let your eyes follow your hands. So we're turning that bit further. Gently rotate around. And now release your outer heel so you can look all the way back around as you turn. That's it. Good. Couple more each way. Bring that back around. Give yourself a few seconds just for any dizziness, just to settle and come back down. Coming back tall again. Bring those hands up above your head. Just going to take it to one side, then over to the other. So keeping that body straight. Try not to twist at all. So imagine you're trapped between a couple of panes of glass, so you can't lean forwards or back. Good. One more each way. We're going to extend it around into our windmill. So let's take that and sweep it around in front, up to the top, and change direction. If you find that difficult on your back and your hamstrings, you can soften those knees as we come through. That's it. And as those joints loosen up, the hamstrings warm up, you should be able to get that a little bit lower each time you sweep around. So if you're near your ankles to begin with, can you now touch your feet? That's good. A few more. Good. One more each way. And last one around. And bring that back down. Good. So standing nice and tall still. I just want you to bring that knee up. Then the other one. That's it. Tall and still. Try not to lean too much as you lift that knee. Aim to get it up to about hip height if you're able. If you just struggle with your hips at all, just wherever you're able to get to. One more each side, then we're going to extend the movement. So now raise that knee, lift it out and back. So we're up, rotate, back and down. Keeping the hips forward, so we're just rotating that knee out in that hip joint and back. Good, so just keeping that strength and that mobility in and around your hips, working on your balance at the same time. I was going to say all those things you need to work on as you get older, but most people in the room today are younger than me, so.
Thanks, but I'll take the compliment.
I said most.
I think we take an average.
Good, one more. We're going to extend the next part on. So we're going to raise, open, in, press that leg back. So we're up, open, in, press it back. Keeping all those moves nice and smooth and steady. Always try not to rush any of the movements. That's good. One more on each leg. And bringing that back. Good. Feet back nicely under those hips, so we're standing tall. We're just going to squat that down, so bending those knees. Keep that head and chest raised, looking forwards. Bring that back up. That's it. Excellent. Just keeping that going nice and steady. Aim for that 90-degree bend in your knees if you can. If not, just wherever you feel comfortable getting to. That's it. Trying to get those knees tracking forwards over the feet. That's good. So making sure we've got all that lower body nicely worked and warmed up. That's it. 2 more. Last one. Bringing that up. So I want you to take your feet wider now, so about the width of your mat maybe, or just under, depends how long your legs are. Pointing the toes very slightly outwards. We're just going to squat that down again. Bring it up. So as we're pushing back up, really squeeze in with the inner thighs and the bum as you lift back up. That's good. Good, keeping that going, so steady away. Make sure we keep that head up. Good, 2 more. Last one. And bring that back up. So we're going to take it towards the end of your mat if you're not already, looking lengthways along it. So standing tall. Take those hands up above your head. We're going to roll it down. Tuck that chin. Curving the spine down towards the feet. Unrolling that up. Stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other. Reaching high and back. And again, if you need to protect that lower back and hamstrings, we can soften those knees as we come down. Gradually straighten as you go back up. That's it. Taking that down and up. We're able to get lower down now. We loosened up, warmed up more. So we get those hands down towards the mat. Touching down. This next one, we're going to stop at the bottom. So we're going to take that down. We're going to let it hang. Heavy hands, heavy head. And then I want you to walk your fingers forwards until you get to the point where you think you're going to fall. And then take them back, walk those fingers back between your legs. Do a good stretch and then forwards again. Just before you think you're going to fall, and take it back. So keep that going. Good. One more time. And back. And just unroll, taking that back up. Let some of that blood get back down out your head into your body. Good. roll it down. We're going to take hands to the mat, walk ourselves out, then drop down into that kneeling box position. So we've got knees under hips, hands are under your shoulders. And from here, taking it up into your cat stretch, so we're pushing that spine up, letting the head drop. Really press up through the spine and lower that down, let that spine drop, head raises, bum sticks up. That's it, and rotate back through, press that spine up. And down. Good. Couple more each way. Good. Last one down. Taking it back to that neutral mid position, sit it back onto your heels, stretching forwards through the arms and shoulders, really reaching out. You have a good stretch through that back, arms and shoulders there. And relax it back. And we all nicely warmed up, ready to make a start. So we're going to get face down on your mat first thing. So I want you to lay legs extended, arms forwards in a bit of a V shape. So we're going to start with that VW movement. So we're going to raise ourselves up, head and chest off the mat. Then squeeze the arms back to make a W shape. So pulling the shoulder blades together. Extend, lower back to the mat. So we're going to take that down, we're going to raise, squeeze back, extend, lower down. Up, squeeze back, extend, and down. That's good. Bring those arms back, extend, lower it back down. Up, squeeze. Imagine trying to grab a pencil between the shoulder blades. And down. Excellent. Keep that going. That's it. One more. And rest that down. So we're going to go on to your leg movement. So for this one, lay yourself down wherever's comfortable, then raise both legs off the ground. I'm going to squeeze your heels in together. So it's not a huge movement from just a few inches apart. Pull those heels in, long straight legs off the ground, and just pulling those heels in together. I always describe it, it should feel like you're trying to crack a walnut between your cheeks. That's it. Just keeping that going. Nice steady movement. Really squeezing in. That's good. Two more. And resting it down. So we're going to put those two movements together. So we're going to do one arm action followed by 8 of your heel taps, and then just keep that pattern going. So we raise, squeeze back, extend, lower down, then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to the arms. Good, keep that pattern going. That's it. 2 more of each. Good, last ones. And resting that down. Okay, so still laying down on that floor with the arms and legs out, but bring your arms now at 90 degrees to the body, so elbows in line with the shoulder, 90 degree bend in the elbow. We're going to do an arm and leg raise. So from that laying position, we're just gonna lift one arm and the opposite leg. Doesn't need to be going super high with that leg, just bringing it a few inches off the ground. So we lay long and flat on the floor. So it's the muscles around the back of the shoulder, doing that lift of the arm. Forearm stays parallel to the floor. Leg stays long and straight as it lifts. So that leg lift initiates in the lower back, through the glutes, into the hamstring. Hips stay flat on the mat. So we don't want to be having a twist in that torso. That's good. Wherever's comfortable with your head, if that's resting on the mat, if that's lifted slightly, but try not to overextend the neck, looking up and forwards. Not always easy if you're following online or trying to look at a screen, but just looking sort of slight diagonally down or down to the ground. That's good. 2 more on each side. Resting that down. Good. So carrying on, similar theme for your next exercise. But I want you to bring your arms down to your sides now. So we're going to be laying long and flat on that mat. And this is where we're doing an impression of a dying fish on the riverbank. We're going to be raising that torso and the legs. So bringing that whole body up. But again, nice and controlled. Don't just try and launch yourself in the air. Keep it slow and steady. Should take at least a second or two to lift. Control and slowly down. That's it. Up we go. Pause and down. Good. A few more times. So working all those muscles that help with your posture. If you spend a lot of time at a desk, particularly working at a laptop, we tend to be hunched over, we round our shoulders, we sit with really bad posture. This is going to help strengthen and straighten up that back and shoulders. Good. 2 more. Resting that down. Bring yourself up now into that kneeling box position again. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're starting with that basic Superman or bird dog movement. We're going to extend one leg and the opposite arm. Bring it back in and change. So we're going nice and long. We're not trying to get that leg high, we want it long and straight. Picture that tea tray resting on your back. Try not to twist and tip that off. good. So we're just keeping that going. Really think about that posture, keep it slow and controlled again. That's good. One more each side, and we're going to change it up a little bit. Another little challenge for you. You have to try and find the room this morning. Now we're going to try and find our foot. So we're going to extend it out. Without looking, reach around, touch your toe, back and down. So forwards. So only thing that should be moving, one arm, one leg. The rest of the body stays still. Keeping those hips and shoulders flat still. That's it. So again, keep it nice and steady. So slowly as we reach round, touch that toe, bring it back. That's good. Swapping sides each time. That's it. Really good. So we're going to go one more each side. And resting that down. Excellent. So moving over onto your sides now, I want you to lay extended out on one side, arm underneath your head, hand in front for balance if you need that support. I'm going to start with a single leg lift. So we're laid out, nice and long. Try to draw your waist away from the mat, and if you can, lift both feet just off the floor. And we're just going to raise that top leg steadily back down. That's it. So we're not trying to do the splits. We don't need to go super high with that leg. We're just keeping it nice and steady and controlled. That's good. Good. Two more. And rest that down. So give it a few seconds. We're going to go into our next movement, which is going to be similar. So starting from the same position, we're then going to raise the top leg probably about half to 2/3 of the way up, and then draw a circle forwards with that foot. So probably about the size of a football. So we want about 8 circles forwards, and then we're going to change direction, do the same going backwards. And rest that leg down when we're done. So keeping our arms where they are, and now I want you to bend your knees up in front. The feet and knees together, try and lift both feet and knees off the ground slightly, and then open that top knee up. So imagine you're like a mussel shell, that knees just opening and rotating, but we're keeping those hips stacked. Hips are one on top of the other. So working those muscles around the outside of your hips, trying to keep your feet together as the pivot point. That's it. Just keeping that going nice and steady. So just keep a check if you roll back onto your bum or you're managing to keep those hips one on top of the other. That's it. 2 more. And resting it down. So keeping your knees where they are, I want you to bring your arm out at 90 degrees to the body, then place the other hand on top. So you've got both arms out in front of the body now. We're going to open the door. So what we're going to do is take that over the top, But when you touch down behind you, I want you to draw a semicircle on the floor around your head as those hands come back together. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to draw the semicircle back, close over the top. So whichever way you close is the way you open the next one. So if you finish by drawing around, you start drawing back. If you finish over the top, start over the top. So we've got a bit of thinking going on as well. I know it's early for that. That's it. Just gives you a lovely stretch, release of the shoulder, some rotation into the spine. It's great on a morning. We quite often wake up, backs have tightened up and stiffened up a little bit. Just gives us a nice little release. So we'll take one more each way. And bring that back down. And then you get to roll over and do it all again. So we're going to start with those legs extended. Nice and long, straight legs. Single leg lift to begin with. It's one of those exercises that creeps up on you. It feels dead easy for about your first 8 or 10. Then it starts to get a little bit warm, starts to burn a bit after that. That's good, keeping that going. Two more. Rest that down, give it a few seconds. Usually knuckle into the muscle if you need, just to ease that out. And then feet back up, raise that top leg about half to 2/3 of the way up. Draw those circles forwards. Doesn't matter if you start backwards, we're going to do both directions. Couple more. And then change direction, so taking it back. And resting that down. Bring those knees up in front of the body again, keeping the arms where they are. Lift those feet and knees just off the floor. Open that top knee up. That's it. Good, so it's nice and steady. Get that range of motion in there. Opening that hip joint right up. Good, two more. Rest that down, bring those arms out at 90 degrees to the body. So we're going to open the door, open over the top, close by drawing around, then draw it back, close over the top. That's it. Just keep that pattern going. Opening up the way you closed the one before. Good. Taking one more each way. And bring that back. Good. So we're going over onto our backs now. I want you to lay back, legs extended, arms over behind the head. I'm going to start with that reverse leg slide. So from here, we're going to slide one leg in towards the body, extend back, then the other one. So just bring that one leg in. As we bring that leg in, opposite arm lifts up, points to the ceiling. So breathe in as the arm recovers back, breathe out as it lifts. That gives us a lovely stretch out, some movement in that torso, engage in the core as we bring that arm and knee up. Good, one more each side. And recover back. So I want you to bring your arms pointing up to the ceiling now and feet and knees up in that tabletop position. So you've got a 90-degree bend at your hip, same at knee. From here, we're going to tap one toe down onto the mat. So we bend at the hip rather than the knee. Knee stays locked at 90 degrees. Pivot at that hip, tap your toe down. As you tap, opposite arm drops behind the head. So it drops back, so just one at a time. So it's not a scissor movement, it's a single arm and leg moving. They come back to the top, then the other one goes. That's good, just keep that going. So we're just tapping back. That's it, yeah, one at a time. Bring it back up. Try to keep those shins parallel to floor and ceiling. If you find the arch at the bottom of your back has increased, just engage the core, tilt the pelvis back under. That'll lower that lower back down towards the mat. That's good. So I can't believe where time's going today. So 2 more on each leg. And then rest that down. I want you to bring yourself up to a sitting position. So we've got our back nice and tall, knees are bent, arms forwards. I'm going to start just gently curling that spine as we roll back. Bring it back up to sitting tall. Roll that back and up. That's good. So we don't need to be reaching all the way forwards, just sitting up tall, but making sure we're curving that spine as we roll back, and then gradually roll it and straighten up as you sit tall. If you feel it pulling on your hip flexors, if you're just pivoting at the hips, concentrate on getting that bend in the spine and that rolling movement. Good. Now, as you go back, I want you to draw one hand back as if you're drawing a bowstring. So bring it in close to the shoulder. So keep that hand in. Imagine you're drawing a bow. So the hand slides back, touches your shoulder. That's good, yeah. So just look at that hand as it draws back. Good, one more each side. Take that back and up. So I want you to extend your legs back out now. Lay yourself back onto the mat, hands go round behind the head. We're going to roll ourselves up. So we're going to lift those hands. When you see your hands, lift your head, tuck your chin, roll the shoulders, we curl it up towards those feet, bringing it up. Slowly back, control it all the way back and over and back we go. Lift, tuck the chin, roll it up towards those feet. That's good. Up we go, we're nearly done. Bring yourself up. Next time, as we go up, we're going to reach for those feet. So raise ourselves, roll that torso up, all the way towards your toes. Can you get hold of your feet? Keeping those legs straight if you can. If you can't get hold of your toes, grab your shins, your ankles, wherever you can get to. And hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. Now bring your feet in towards your body. So feet together, letting those knees drop out. Just let that stretch out. If you want to take the stretch further, you can use your elbows gently on the inside of your knees. That's good. And steadily just release there. Bringing yourself up to standing. We're going to take one foot back. Make sure that heel is nice and straight, it's not turned in or out. Back leg straight, front knee bends, then hands together. Let's open up that upper back. Let your head drop. Good, release that, stand tall, pick up that back foot. Put that foot down, opposite foot now goes back leg straight again, this time hands in the small of the back, pulling those shoulder blades together, chest forwards, and just look up to the ceiling. Good, back down, stand it up, pick up the back foot. And release it down. So taking those feet about the width of your mat now, we're just going to sweep that down, reach up for the sky. Last time is going to take us up onto our toes, bringing that high, reach for 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. Well done everybody.